Good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to this worshipful company of glaziers and painters of glass prize giving ceremony. People are coming in now, I can see. My name is David Stringer Lamar, and I am the, what am I? Yes, I am the renter warden of the worshipful company of glaziers and painters of glass. I'm very pleased to welcome you to this flagship event that is continuing. Nothing seems to stop it year after year, and I really salute everybody that's involved with that. We have an all-star cast this evening, and more people are coming in. We're over 50 now, which is excellent. You'll see, in fact, by my screen behind me, I am actually at Glazier's Hall, though that was an image taken when it was slightly brighter than it is at the moment. It's rather grey, but that's fine. I'm sure we'll be enjoying ourselves with the colour, the excitement, and the personalities of all the people you're going to be hearing from. And of course, they will, of course, be upstaged by the award winners themselves. I believe we have two polling questions. So if we have them, would you mind launching them, please, Suzanne? We'll see how the technology goes here. If they don't appear soon, I shall just carry on. Of course, a warm welcome to all the masters, prime wardens, distinguished guests, sheriffs, ladies and gentlemen, students, professors. Oh my gosh, there's me as well. Just so I know, in fact, it was me, so there's me as well in stereo, as it were. Still got the badge on. I think this image was actually taken possibly in the recent trip to the Masters' recent trip to Bath, which was a fantastic occasion. And in fact, we saw the coat of arms of the worshipful company in Bath Abbey itself. So I found that absolutely splendid. We have now over 50 people, which is absolutely terrific. We may not have the polls at the moment. Let's see who I have down here. Let me have, yes, I found them. Here we go. So number one, coming up on your screen, I'm just looking over here at computer number 2. So is this the first time that you've attended a Glazier's prize giving and award ceremony, either online or as a live event? Who came up with number 3? Yes, no, can't remember. I didn't see that one. So that's quite good. Let's see. Well, I guess you probably can't answer that one. So we'll see how that one goes. Okay, I'll give you 10 seconds for that one. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to end the poll there. And let's see what we have, ladies and gentlemen. So we have yes, well done. So 55%. Oh, 43%. So it's your first time. Fantastic. And obviously we have 2% that can't remember. So no doubt that was possibly an event here at the hall. Everybody had a jolly good time on that one. Okay, poll number 2. Let's see if I can find that one. Here we go. And launch it. You have 6 choices. What's your background and interest in architectural glass art? Single choice, please. 1, artist, designer, student or apprentice. 2, conservator, member of the Glazier's Livery Company. Number 4, enthusiastic supporter. 5, academic. None, just passing by. Oh no, sorry, none, just curious. Or maybe I went to the last event and I can't remember, so I thought I'd come along to this one. Okay, you have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, end the polling. Let's see what we have. Looking over here. So 37%, excellent, artist designers, 4% conservators, 24% Glazier's Livery Company, 22% enthusiastic. Oh, that's very good. No academics so far, at least non-declared, and 12% just passing by and curious. So welcome to you all to this splendid event, particularly if it is your first time. If I may have the next slide, please.
Yes, of course. And David, hello
yes.
there.
Hello.
We do have Sheriff Alison Gowman with us. She needs to be converted from a member of the audience to host. And I wondered if you might be able to work some magic there just before we go into the running order. Is that possible?
Deputy Master, I'll just have a look at it now and see if we can make some kind of elevation.
Meanwhile, I will go on to the running order. And here we are,
Sheriff
everyone.
Alison Gowman has indeed been promoted. There we are.
Thank you so much, and welcome, Alison. It's great that you're joining us. David, back to you with the running order.
Thank you very much, Deputy Master, and of course a big welcome to Alderman and Sheriff Alison Gowman, who's had 2 elevations recently, one here obviously from an attendee up to a panelist, and of course to become the Sheriff of the great city of London. The running order, I'm not going to read it all out, but you'll get a flavour there of what's occurring. We're going to talk about the awards and the winners, then we're going to go through the great Stevens competition, and then the awards of the judges' first prizes, then the commission, no less. And then we're going to hear all about next year. Glaziers never stand still, Stevens 2022, and then a vote of thanks at the end from one of our liverymen. And it's therefore my great pleasure, distinguished guests, to introduce the Master of the Worshipful Company of Glaziers and Painters of Glass, Michael Dalton. Master.
Thank you, David, and good evening to everybody. It's my pleasure on behalf of the Worshipful Company of Glaziers and Painters of Glass to welcome everyone here this evening. You are all most welcome. And I want to add my own welcome to the newly installed Sheriff of the City of London, Alderman Alison Gowman, who has kindly agreed to present the Stevens competition first prizes this evening. So, Honorary Liveryman Dr. Loyd Grossman, who will be proposing a vote of thanks at the end. Warm welcomes Dash's schools, including Simon Turner, their Director of Co-Curricular, and we will be hearing from him later. And also a representative from the Mercer's Company, Simon Taylor, who has joined this webinar. And of course, all our competition entrants. Whether you're watching this on the screen in the courtroom at Glaziers Hall, or from the comfort of your own home, it is very good that so many are joining us for our annual prize-giving event. Today, the Worshipful Company of Glaziers is one of the 110 livery companies of the City of London. We have a long history with origins going back to 1328. In 2028, we will be celebrating the 700th anniversary of the formation of the Glaziers Guild, originally set up to control those practicing the craft in the City of London. Today, our company continues to play an important role in supporting today's practitioners in the craft. The awards that we will be announcing this evening are very much a part of that. Our company's charitable work is now delivering through the Glaziers, a registered charity set up 10 years ago in 2011 to bring together all our charitable work under one umbrella. And this event this evening coincides with the celebration of the 10th anniversary of the foundation. Now tonight the prizes in 2 presentation ceremonies, and the first will be introduced by Dr. Mary Grohl, which is the Ashton Hill Awards, and then Helen Whitaker will be continuing with the Stevens competition. And I want to express my gratitude they do in order to make the ceremony. Let me have to read.
I think the sound has just been fading out there a little bit, Master. And I think your last words, which were actually introduce Dr. Mary Grohl, and invite her now to speak. So Dr. Mary Grohl, if you are ready, please, would you like to address us?
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Before we present the awards for the work placement scheme for this year, I just want to take up 5 minutes or so of your time to just very briefly explain the awards that are available from the Worshipful Company. So what they are, who has been involved in enabling them, as well as to showcase some of the past winners. Next slide, please. The creation and promotion of educational and employment initiatives for young people in the arts industry has been and remains a core part of the Worshipful Company's charitable aims. Many in the industry will have heard of the Award for Excellence, the Ashton Hill Award, and the Davies Travelling Scholarship, which have now been running for almost 3 decades. COVID has had its impact, and some of the awards have had to be paused, but we hope to be back to the full range of activities by next year. Today, as last year, we're grateful to be able to support 2 emerging stained glass practitioners by way of an Ashton Hill Award. And so it is this award that I will focus on this afternoon. Next slide, please. Applications for the Ashton Hill Award are invited annually from individuals within 5 years of completing their initial training. It was first conceived as an attempt to raise standards within the craft by offering meaningful and robust learning experiences. Gaining work experience, especially paid, has always been difficult and is a significant barrier to entering the profession. The Ashton Hill Award is a 10-week training scheme and was established with the support of past master Geoffrey Bond, who's on the screen there, and I can see he's also lurking in the audience. It was formed as part of an initial endowment of £30,000, which went towards an award in his friend Norman Ashton Hill's memory. So from this, the Ashton Hill Award was born. We remain as ever grateful to all involved in the initiation of this now coveted scheme. I'd also like to thank the interviewing panel, Past Master Keith Barley, Past Master Phillida Shaw, Jane Campbell, Leonie Seliger and Steve Clare. All have given their time and expertise voluntarily to this. The work placement scheme has also benefited from the generosity of its host studios, the stained glass artists and conservators who have given their time and knowledge to invest in the next generation. I'd like to share with you my gratitude to all the staff at the studios, past and present, who have hosted the work placement students over the years. Without you, these awards would simply not be possible, and I hope you can feel proud of the talents you have nurtured. Before the Master and I reveal the winners of this year's awards, I'd just like to introduce you to some of our most recent past winners. Next slide, please. Three Ashton Hill Awards were given in 2019 to Rita Grishkonta, a graduate of the Sunderland Glass Programme and fine artist, and to 2 graduates of York's Specialist Stained Glass Conservation Masters, Emily Price and Margot Steuerbau. All of the award winners undertook a short, intensive course in glass painting and staining before embarking on their work placements around the world. Emily went to Campiñaras in Spain, Margot to Cologne Cathedral in Germany, and Rita was trained at Barley Studio here in the UK. Since her award, Rita has been busy on a number of stained glass commissions, including work for Sunderland Minster. Emily has worked full-time as a junior stained glass conservator, first at Naumburg Cathedral in Germany, and subsequently at the York Glaziers Trust. Meanwhile, Margot has used her placement to help strengthen her knowledge as a technician. She's been working with leading studios in her native Belgium since the completion of her award. In 2020 to 2021, 2 Ashton Hill Awards were granted, despite COVID rather getting in the way. Next slide, please. Kieran Muir, a graduate of the Glasgow School of Art, embarked upon a combined placement at, next slide. That's it. A combined placement at Barley Studio and the York Glaziers Trust. He has been retained at the York Glaziers Trust as a trainee conservator and has been working on a rich array of high-profile projects there. And the next slide, please. Sarah Shepard, an Australian national and graduate of the York course, was hosted by Holywell Glass in Somerset. Sarah finished her placement there a matter of weeks ago due to delays caused by COVID, and is now actively searching for further opportunities in the industry, having secured an extended visa to live and work in the UK. And so that brings us up to date. And so finally, without further ado, let's turn to the awards for this year. Next slide, please. Despite all that the last 18 months has thrown at us and at the candidates, I am delighted to announce that we have 2 Ashton Hill Award winners for this year, and I'm very excited to work with them in the coming months. The first award goes to Bethany Zucker, a talented and passionate conservator who has just finished her Masters in Stained Glass Conservation and Heritage Management at the University of York. Bethany hails from New York City, where she very successfully completed a BA in Art History. During her master's degree, she has completed a placement at Glass Malloy Peters in Germany and has also received tuition from glass painter and conservator Jonathan Cook. This was funded by the American Glass Guild Whitney Scholarship. I think we can all only imagine how difficult it was to complete a degree course during COVID, but Bethany's CV really revealed to us on the panel how motivated and proactive she has been in seeking out and maximising every opportunity possible. The second Ashton Hill Award goes to Amala Stirrup, a Cornish stained glass artist. For many years, Amala has worked as a support and mental health worker. She is a self-taught stained glass artist who founded her business Heart of Glass in 2019. In 2020, Amala established a space where she and other creatives could access workshop facilities, and her enterprising skills in subletting these spaces, as well as a growing amount of stained glass commissions, has meant that Amala can now place all of her focus on stained glass. Starting a business during COVID cannot have been easy. During interview, Amala's clear focus and desire to hone her artistic skills really came across. So my warmest congratulations go to you both in what was actually a really highly competitive round of applications once again. We hope to be able to welcome you both to Glaziers Hall, our London home, when it is safe to do so. And now it just leaves me to thank all of you in the audience for your time, and Master, over to you to present the awards.
Thank you, Marie, and Bethany and Amala. Congratulations to each of you on winning Ashton Hill Awards for 2021-22. These prestigious awards offer you a great opportunity to gain valuable practical experience as your careers in glass develop, and we wish you every success in your placements. Well done, and a virtual round of applause from us all on winning these awards. Well done again.
Excellent, Master. Thank you very much indeed for that, and big congratulations to Bethany and Amala. Stormily well done, and as Dr. Mary Grohl said, we do of course look forward to welcoming you to where the Master and I are in fact sat here at Glaziers headquarters here in London. It's now my pleasure to ask the Senior Assistant Clive Osborne to speak to us about the Stevens competition. Clive. We may have lost a Clive. Let me just have a look. All these exciting parts. No, we have a Clive. Ask you, can you unmute, please, Clive? You're on mute.
How's that?
Yep, all good.
For those of you who can see me, I am actually in Glaziers Hall. You can see that. I can prove that by the fact that it's so grey and miserable outside. I'm actually banished to the basement, but there we are. The Stevens competition is now recognised, I think, as the leading competition for stained glass in the United Kingdom. Its name derives from Lieutenant Colonel Stevens, who was master of the company in 1938. On his death in 1971, he left a legacy of £1,000, quite a lot of money in those days, for a contemporary architectural glass competition, which was established in 1972. And so we are looking forward to celebrating the competition's 50th anniversary next year in 2022. From 1987, the competition has been linked to a specific commission. The first was a panel for a corridor in St. Thomas's Hospital, and since then, many successful commissions have been installed in other hospitals, schools, and churches across the country. We are very grateful to the Haberdasher School for Girls in Elstree, who have provided the site for this year's commission. The Stevens competition has provided a springboard for many glass artists who have gone on to forge successful careers in our wonderful medium. The Master has mentioned that this year also marks the 10th anniversary of the Glaziers Foundation, the charitable arm of the company, which among other objects connected with the promotion of stained glass provides the funding for our competition. I should like to record our thanks to the Foundation for its generous support. This is the second prize giving to be held virtually because of the pandemic. It is a great credit to our judges that we have been able to hold 2 successful competitions in such difficult circumstances. I should like to express my own thanks to them for their hard work and ingenuity in bringing this about. I'm now pleased to hand over to Helen Whitaker, the chair of our judges, who will introduce herself and update us on the 2 recent commissions resulting from the Stevens competitions in 2019 and 2020. Thank you.
Thank you. Master of the Worshipful Company Glaziers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. As a stained glass practitioner, I know firsthand how beneficial this competition is for developing the talents of new and emerging artists. As an entrant, I've been successful and unsuccessful in this competition. And as a judge, I've been able to share the lessons I've learned. And now as chair of the judges, I want to use my own experience to continue this incredible and unique opportunity that the Stevens competition gives artists. The possibility of gaining their first elusive commission and in a very high profile way. The brief encourages creativity, and our marking system is designed to reward a mature understanding of design and high standards of craftsmanship and presentation. I am very pleased to say that both the 2019 and 2020 competitions have resulted in commissions, which have now been completed. And this means that in the last 5 consecutive competitions have all resulted in successful commissions, as you can see on the slide. I'm absolutely delighted, therefore, to start my presentation with an update from the last 2 years' commission winners. Next slide, please. The 2019 competition was for a window in the waiting room to the proton beam therapy units at University College Hospital. The PBT unit is a new clinical facility which will enable the hospital to extend and broaden its cancer services. Proton beam therapy is a type of radiotherapy which uses a high energy beam of particles to destroy cancer cells. The treatment is particularly suitable for complex childhood cancers, increasing success rates and reducing side effects. Next slide, please. Hilary Roxton, under the nom de plume Tanzanite Blue, was one of our finalists. And even though she didn't win the competition, University College Hospital, London, chose her artwork for the commission. Hilary's idea was to bring the outside in, creating a link between protobeam therapy and turtle migration. The link being the triumph of the complex navigational mechanisms to achieve precise geographical goals compared with the complex engineering used in PBT to target precise cancer cells. Next slide, please. Hilary's glass artwork is made from fused glass, copper leaf, copper oxides, fritz, stain, and wire. And Hilary told us it was a huge learning curve and extremely beneficial to her development as a professional glass artist. She expressed her thanks to the Worshipful Company of Glaziers and to UCHL for this opportunity, and Michael Holman, Max Jaccard, Martin Donlin, and her tutors at Tunbridge Education, Adult Education, for their continuing support. So congratulations to Hilary for translating your design into this successful commission. Well done. Next slide. The 2020 competition was for an illuminated panel for the main entrance of the new John Morden Centre at Morden College, Blackheath, London. The college provides care for 360 residents who've had connections with the City of London during their careers. The John Morden Centre is a new facility creating a hub for the college and a place for residents to meet, and including a health unit. The trustees wish to remind residents and visitors of the background and history of Morden College, as well as its role in the 21st century. Next slide, please. Jessica Lambinet, under her nom de plume journey, won both the design and panel category, the Brian Thompson Memorial Prize, and our prize for best entry outside the UK, the Elaine Brown Memorial Prize. Morden College also chose her artwork for the commission. Jessica's design depicts a bright light of hope and determination for the residents of Morden College, a pathway to the living life to the full. Two hands surround the world of the college, representing those protecting and caring for people in need of those sharing their lifetime experiences. The artist conveys life as a journey, with the design elements set within a map-like structure. Next slide, please. The approximate 2 metre by 1 metre glass panel is constructed using traditional stained glass techniques with acid etching, plating, glass plate and painting and staining. Here it is installed in a light box backlit by LED lighting, with a toughened glass sheet forming the front surface. This is Jessica's second Stevens commission. She's pictured here with her 2018 commission for Eastbourne College. Congratulations to Jessica on translating your design into yet another successful commission. Thank you. Next slide, please.
Terrific. Thank you very much for putting that all in context. I think it's really illustrative of the prestige that this competition is held in when we look at all the awards going back through the recent years. And I think it's such a great thing that the livery does by the fact it's alive, it's engaging with artists. Artists are part of the judges, just like your good self, conservators, etc. And for me, just that last bit you mentioned there, Helen, about being backlit by LED. To me, that is a major revolutionary change. We can have stained glass, but I start to talk about them now as stained glass paintings, as it were. And for me, that's great how the competition brings all these different aspects of stained glass together. Thanks for the past. Let's look at the future. Here we are now, Stevens Competition 2021. Helen, back to you.
So here we are with this image showing an architect's impression of the remodelled entrance and reception area at the Habs, designed to present a welcoming first impression to visitors. The glazed outer wall allows plenty of light into the front of the building and connects the lobby to the surrounding environment. The architectural glass screen, architect's impression shown to the left, will be 2,000 millimetres wide by 2,550 millimetres high and viewed from both sides, lit by daylight, supplemented by ceiling mounted spots focused on the screen. It will be mounted in a timber frame and protected by laminated or toughened glass on both sides. Next slide, please. The school wishes to dedicate the new glass screen to the memory of Mrs. Penelope Penny, headmistress at the Habs School from 1991 to 2005. She was an inspirational head who believed passionately in the idea of strong, confident women, instilling her values of intelligence, integrity, individuality, innovation, and initiative in all who attended the school. Mrs. Penny was herself a strong and confident woman who liked to dress in bright, vibrant colours, including pink, purple, and turquoise. She was a spiritual person with a strong Christian faith who had the energy and the vision to move the school forward. When people see this new installation, we hope that they will get a sense of the woman that Mrs. Penny was, whilst also feeling a sense of tradition and looking forward to the future, characteristics that are also embodied by the school. Next slide, please. Once again, our 2021 competition has been rather different, with everything from the judging to tonight's prize giving being online. I will briefly run through our competition rules. Entrants must fall into one of these 4 categories: a student training at university, art college, college or further education, an assistant employee of an independent artist or commercial glass firm, a glass artist who is self-employed, and artists from outside the United Kingdom. And note, all applicants must be within 8 years of starting their vocation in glass. Next slide, please. A new development for this year was the option for entrants to state if they will actually fabricate the work themselves or work with an established firm. It is hoped that this may allow those new to the profession to benefit from working with established glass studios to translate their designs into glass. The technical statement must satisfy the judges that the artist has fully considered how their artwork will be fabricated and installed. The judges will be looking closely at structural support required for a successful fabrication, transport, installation, and long-term stability. Next slide, please. For the design and panel competition, all entrants had to provide a coloured design of the overall scheme, an artistic statement describing their design, a technical statement covering fabrication and installation, and a budget estimate broken down into the design fee, fabrication cost, and installation cost. And all these had to be presented within a maximum area of A1. The competition rules also included a full-scale sample panel with a section clearly marked on the design. And all items submitted had to be clearly marked with their nom de plume and not the entrant's own name. We also continue our design-only category to encourage artists new to architectural glass or those unable to create a sample panel. And for the design-only category, all the elements were required as above, except for the requirement to submit a glass panel. And this year, our budget for design, construction and installation was £15,000, excluding VAT. Next slide, please. And as you can see on the slide, the range of cash prizes is another great incentive to enter, with some specifically to encourage high standards in presentation and craftsmanship. These awards have been provided by past masters of the Glaziers Company. And we're also pleased to make an award for the best entrant from outside the UK to encourage international interest in our competition. And all the entrants who have been able to supply a panel also have the chance to exhibit and sell their work at the Stained Glass Museum in Ely. And many thanks go to curator Jasmine Allen for facilitating this fantastic opportunity. Next slide. So, to the arrival of the submissions, whilst unpacking everything, we recorded every detail from the glass panel to all the documents which were included in each entry. And thanks go to Xavier Fidesz, who helped with this. The panels were photographed in lighting similar to their appearance when the window will be installed. Next slide. We couldn't get to this stage, of course, without our entrants' participation. There's lots of things which need doing, from securing the competition commission to making sure everything runs smoothly. And I'd like to thank Brian Green in particular for all his hard work behind the scenes. The Stephens really couldn't continue without the support of all of you. So wherever you are, please can we give a virtual round of applause. Next slide, please. So to the judges, who I'll introduce shortly, who viewed 13 entries across 2 categories. The entrants came from the UK and overseas and included colleges such as Swansea, Morley College, and the National College of Art and Design in Dublin, as well as entries from 8 independent artists. We once again facilitated remote judging so that the judges looked to the photos of the entrants' work from the comfort of their homes in the UK and overseas. The judges marked all the entries independently, and the marks were collated by Brian Green, the competition organiser. And then we held a video conference to allow the judges to discuss and agree on the prize winners. And I'm very grateful to all the judges for giving their expertise, time and patience to this competition. Next slide. Oh, one back, sorry. So who are our 2021 judges? So to the top left, we have Kate Maystreet, who studied public art at Chelsea School of Art and architectural glass at Central St Martin's. She collaborates with architects on large-scale architectural glass commissions, both in the UK and internationally. Notably, Dortmund Railway Station, Germany, and an entrance pavilion for the Amazon head office in Seattle, USA. Kathy Jordan, career includes studio owner, consultant, designer and practitioner for new and historically significant glass projects across the United States. Kathy has taught mastery level glass painting for over 20 years, both nationally and internationally. She is the director of the art development at Associated Craft Willett Hauser in Minnesota and is the president of the American Glass Guild. Sophie Hacker, who is new judge this year, studied fine art at the Slade. Recent commissions include projects in bronze, silver and textile, stained glass and landscape sculpture, specialising in ecclesiastical commissions. Her teaching work focuses on developing creative potential and the interface between art and theology. She is a visiting scholar at Sarum College in Salisbury Cathedral Close and a trustee of Art and Christianity. We then have John Renshans, who set up Renshans Glass Studio Limited 25 years ago. And in this time, he has worked on the conservation of Windsor Castle, key restoration projects at the Houses of Parliament, and new commissions throughout the UK. In 2012, he was commissioned to produce the Queen's Diamond Jubilee window installed at Westminster Hall, a gift from members of the two Houses of Parliament to celebrate the Queen's 60 years of reign. We then have Vanessa Cutler, an artist, academic and consultant. She trained initially in stained glass at Swansea and was introduced to water jet technology during her masters at Wolverhampton. Since 1997, she has specialised in using water jet technology creatively alongside her academic roles as Professor of Glass at Swansea and currently subject leader in product design at Chichester. And then we have Simon Turner, who is Director of Co-Curricular at the Haberdashers School for Girls. He studied furniture design and silversmithing at Brunel University a very long time ago and has run a small furniture design practice. His current role is to coordinate over 200 school trips each year. And his passions are art and creativity, and he is involved in a number of arts organisations and exhibits his own paintings in galleries across London and Suffolk. And finally, myself, Helen Whitaker, stained glass artist and chair and non-voting member of the panel. I trained at the University of Sunderland and then the Prince's Foundation in London. And I'm creative director at the Barley Studio in York, where I create new stained glass commissions for ecclesiastical and secular buildings. Next slide, please. The judges and I were very pleased to see so many beautifully presented entries with varied design approaches, from representational to highly abstracted designs using contemporary and traditional techniques. And I'd now like to present the prize-winning entries with some constructive feedback from the judges. Next slide, please. So to our design-only category with Dragonfly, who was awarded runner-up. Dragonfly also received the John Corkle Prize for Presentation and the prize for Best Entry from outside the UK. The design is inspired by Mrs. Penny's character, self-confident, dynamic, and at ease with herself. She wished for the girls to free themselves from gender stereotypes and expectations. At the centre of the design, natural forms around the young woman's face assert themselves, breaking out of the framework. The natural forms are inspired by the wings of the dragonfly, a symbol of change, transformation, and self-realization. The bright and cheerful colours were Mrs. Penny's favourites and have been assigned to different genders throughout time. Technically, the artwork will be constructed using traditional stained glass techniques, using lead with clear and coloured texture and dichroic glasses. And you'll note on the slide some of the main points the judges raised. They like the strong design concept and the excellent supporting information. The proposed support structure would need further development to successfully realise the artwork. Next slide, please. Dragonfly's presentation was particularly impressive, laid over 2 A2 size boards. Note here the stimulation of the design in situ and the images of glass samples, showing their appearance in both transmitted and reflected light. Next slide, please. The second board shows the design development and technical details. Glass samples show treatments, sketches show design development with suggested support structure and a detailed budget estimate. Master, would you present our award, please?
Thank you, Helen. And yes, indeed, it is my pleasure to present this award, or in fact, 3 awards. And I can now reveal the true identity of Dragonfly, which has just come up on your screen. It is Jessica Lambinet, somebody you've already heard about this evening as the winner of last year's competition. So Jessica, many, many congratulations to you for being this year the winner of the John Corkhill Prize for Presentation, the best entry from outside the UK, and runner-up in the Design Only Award category. Very well done, and a virtual round of applause from us all on winning these 3 prizes in this year's competition. Well done again. And a certificate and your cash prize will reach you very soon. Congratulations.
Thank you, Master. May we have the next slide, please? And now from our design and panel category, Mongrel Suite has won the Evelyn and George G Prize for Craftsmanship. The design is titled Light the Way, a reflection on the care, education and opportunities offered at the Haberdasher School and embodied by Mrs. Penny. The artist has chosen to celebrate the former headmistress through the biblical character of Rachel, the shepherdess guiding her flock, who reminds us to carve our own path. Here, Rachel is depicted holding a flaming torch, Mrs. Penny lighting the way forward through education and innovation. Golden doves surround Rachel, remind us of students past, present and future, swooping into the world armed with confidence and intelligence. Black lines surround Rachel allude to Jacob's ladder and the ascent to a peaceful afterlife. Technically, the design will be made using traditional stained glass techniques, using flash glasses with acid etching, sandblasting, glass painting, and silver stain, and plating layers of glass together. The screen will be constructed in 6 panels with steel reinforcing bars held together in a wooden frame to be installed between toughened glass. The judges really enjoyed the glass panel, but raised some concerns over the subject matter chosen and its relation to the brief. May we have the next slide, please? And here is a close-up of the winning panel, which shows great skill and flair in both glass treatment and lead work. The artist has chosen to combine medieval and modern glassworking techniques in honour of Mrs. Penny's love of innovation and individuality. Master, please would you present our award?
Thank you, Helen. And in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, you'll see that the true identity of Mongrel Suite is Hannah Malling. And so, Hannah, it is great pleasure for me to congratulate you on being the winner of the Evelyn and George G Prize for Craftsmanship. Very well done. and a virtual round of applause again from all of us on winning this prize for craftsmanship. And your certificate and your cash prize will reach you very soon. Many congratulations.
Thank you, Master. May we have our next slide, please? Doris Green is runner-up in our design and panel category. The design depicts a range of motifs significant to Mrs. Penny and the Haberdashers' School. Interlinking hoops symbolise life, strength, and continuing cycle of students coming through the school. The circles draw the eye to the key features, a blueprint of the school with a background pattern of a family tree, referencing the community of Habs students and staff. The school is held and protected by a woman's hand in memory of Mrs. Penny. Her values for the school, intelligence, integrity, individuality, innovation, and initiative are highlighted by the 5 hidden eyes. Other symbolic elements include the school crest, elements of school life, a sunflower for growth, and paper dolls for friendship and lifelong links. Technically, the design will be made using traditional stained glass techniques, using antique, flashed and bullseye glasses, with sandblasting, glass painting and silver stain. The screen will be constructed in 15 smaller panels, reinforced with support bars and copper ties and encased in a double glazed unit. The judges were impressed by this eye-catching design and the many interesting details which were nicely presented in the supporting material. They noted that the proposed support structure is not shown on the final design. Next slide, please. Master, please would you present our award?
Thank you, Helen. And again, the observant on you will see that the name of our runner-up for the Design Panel Award is Bethan Yates. So Bethan, many, many congratulations for winning the runner-up award in the Design and Panel category of this competition. Well done, and a virtual round of applause for you from us all on being the runner-up. And your certificate and cash prize will be reaching you very soon. Many congratulations.
And thank you, everyone. And the next thing that's going to happen is that Helen is going to talk to us again about our first prize-winning entries from the 2 categories, design only and design and panel. Helen, back to you.
Thank you very much, past Master Galloway. And so to the winner of the design only category, Vidimus 7. The geometric design of the intersecting hexagons reflects an indefinite growth system. At the centre, the stars point to expanded horizons. The artist includes the motto Amar Vincit Omnia, alongside other inspirational quotes. Figurative panels depict the haberdasher's arms and a group of girls ascending a mountain, each connected to and helping each other. The earliest image of a woman teaching the liberal arts is reflected as a woman weaving, referencing the haberdashers. The artwork is constructed using traditional stained glass techniques with antique and flash glasses, acid etching, sandblasting, painting and leading. And the artwork will be supported by a steel armature housing 47 leaded panels. The judges like the strong design structure, which will also provide structural support for the artwork. And they appreciated the mix of traditional and contemporary imagery, but felt that some details had not been fully resolved in the computer-generated design. Next slide, please. I'm now pleased to announce our winner of the Design and Panel category, the Brian Thompson Memorial Prize. Girl Power, Thomas, sorry. The design is titled The Sky is No Limit, inspired by Mrs. Penny's energy and passion for girls' education to create an uplifting, joyful and vibrant artwork. The design uses circular motifs to symbolise unity, inclusion and family, strong values for both Mrs. Penny and the school. The tiny circles, the mirrored pupils who have made their journey through the school, while the dominant colours are those mentioned as Mrs. Penny's favourites. Inspirational texts highlight Mrs. Penny's values in education in a loose handwriting style suggesting spontaneity and connection. The artwork takes advantage of transmitted and reflected light through 2 separate layers of toughened glass, and these are mounted with a 10 to 12 centimetre between them to create interest from both sides. The front layer has copper leaf details applied and bonded streaky and flash glasses with sandblasted lettering. The back layer bonded Remy and fused glasses with diamond engraving. The judges really liked this striking design, and particularly the innovative use of the double layer structure to vary the appearance between the 2 sides of the panel. The artwork demonstrates a wide range of glassworking techniques, which are clearly explained in the supporting material. If we could show the next slide, please. And here are close-ups of Girls Power glass panel showing the different appearance from both sides, a feature that the judges particularly liked.
And it's now my pleasure to invite Alderman and Sheriff Alison Gowman to reveal the identity of and announce our first prizes. Alison.
Well, thank you very much indeed. And in fact, Master, I hope you don't mind, I was asked to say a few words, sort of holding you all in suspense about the prize winners. I just really wanted to say how very delighted I was able to be here as Sheriff to be able to present these 2 prizes virtually with Glenn, my consort. Of course, you all absolutely know who Glenn is. Glenn Hurstfield, who's a long-time member of the Glaziers, is on the court and the honorary solicitor. So I personally, and Glenn obviously also, feel very at home here with the Glaziers. And it's really great to be able to see how many city livery companies, and particularly here, the Glaziers, are really supporting education and training, nurturing emerging talent in the way that these prizes and this competition does. And it's something that livery companies do so well in our society, promoting trade and craft. And I will always go out of my way to help and support those livery companies who are doing that. Over many years, you've kept your skills alive in the craft, in design, architectural glass art, and in conservation. And obviously this Stevens competition, which has been going, gosh, next year will be 50, so that will be a real bonanza. It's a great record of engagement. And of course, I have first-hand knowledge, because it was actually my initiative that the trustees of Morden College, of which I'm one, in Blackheath, that we actually decided we'd put ourselves forward for the competition. And that led to the competition's winner last year and the commission that you've already seen and been spoken about. And it is a really fantastic addition to our new John Morden Centre. So I'm really delighted that it's there, and thank you, Jessica, for your work. And indeed, I attended that prize giving virtually last time, so it's very exciting. So I'm now pleased to be able to make those announcements. I don't know whether you want to change the slide at this stage in order for me to announce the first prize. Is that okay?
It is indeed. One moment, please. There should be a drum roll. Here we go. The prize for the design only. Alison, back to you.
Yes, thank you very much. And the winner for this design under that pseudonym is Natasha Redina. Natasha, brilliant, well done, congratulations. I mean, the judges thought it was excellent. I love it. I love those strong colours. As we've heard, they reflect Mrs. Penny's colours. It's an exciting mix of traditional and modern imagery, which was absolutely entirely what our brief was. And a certificate signed by the master, and also a cheque will be on its way to you. So well done, and I will lead the clapping. So thank you.
Okay, I'm going to move on now to the next first prize.
Yes, I mean, this is just another fantastic design, and so clever, as we've heard, front and back, so to speak, which will be so exciting when people see it in situ. But I can tell you that the winner, Girl Power, great name, is Juliet Forrest. Juliet, I'm really delighted to be able to announce you as the winner of this prestigious award. The judges concluded that together, all of the elements of the competition entry, the design in colour, the clear presentation, the innovative craft skills evidenced in your glass panel made you a clear winner of the Brian Thomas Memorial Prize. And so the certificate signed by the Master Glazier and an even bigger cheque will be on its way to you. So well done, Juliet. And let me also clap and say well done. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much indeed, Sheriff Alison Gowman, and also being able to join us from the Old Bailey that they allow such things. So hopefully you're settling in very well with consort Glenn. Our best wishes to all of you. And you're quite right. And thank you for mentioning that so many of the livery companies are so involved with education and training and making sure that there is development. So thank you for mentioning that. And of course, Morden College, thank you for being instigating and being involved with that, because of course this competition, as famous as it is, does require the excellent engagement of various organizations to make it happen. And so this year we have a commission relating to Haberdasher Girls School. Of course, within this, it's up to the school to decide if it wants to actually award a commission, and indeed which entry that it may like to make such an award to. It's entirely a matter for the school, the commissioner, as in anything in the world of an artist. I would now like to invite Helen to come back to us to talk to us about the two commissioned short-lived designs. Hopefully after this, we will have Simon joining us from Haberdasher School for Girls Elstree, but if not, then I'll invite Helen to speak to us a little bit about the commission and potentially announce the commission winner. I believe we have a golden envelope somewhere, and no doubt the master will congratulate said person. Helen, back to you.
Thank you very much, David. So interestingly, as David's mentioned, the clients did choose two, shortlisted two from our 13 entrants, and we're delighted to say that they chose one from the design only category and one from the design and panel category. So I would like to introduce these two entrants because they haven't been prize winners. I've not actually introduced their work to you. So may we have our first shortlisted entry, please. Next slide, please. So from the design only category, our shortlisted entrance is Stained Glass, with her real name, Guarda Kempienstinsketter. I hope that's nearly right. The design is structured around the circle, symbolizing the power of the female being complete and whole. The central sun symbolizes the growth and optimism of the school of school education, and is overlaid with birds representing pupils stepping into their adult lives. Around the central sun are silhouettes of girls engaged in various learning activities, their outlines filled with fragments of feathers, representing a connection to the spirit and divinity. The varying colour palette creates an impression of the four seasons, demarcated by the lines forming the sign of the cross. The background features overlapping circles which form the symbol of the fish, representing the strong Christian faith of Penelope Penny. The artwork will be created using traditional stained glass techniques of lead and glass, and hand painting and airbrushing using vitreous enamels. The judges appreciated the strong composition, but felt that the overlapping imagery may be too busy. They also felt that the support structure is not fully explained and perhaps needs some further development. Next slide, please. The other shortlisted entrance is from our design and panel category, Seppo Imarian, with her real name, Tulin Bendry. The design is titled Ribbons in the Sky. The artist takes inspiration from the haberdashers, taking a playful approach depicting ribbons being thrown upwards by the girls amongst buttons and beads. The girls reach upwards in an aspirational gesture, while also drawing strength from those who have gone before. One button, threaded and bearing the name of Penny Penny, is a dedication to Mrs. Penny's guiding light within the design, which features some of the bold colours she adored. Technically, the button pieces will be waterjet cut. Pieces of blue flash glass cut to panes forming a subtle shape of the cross as shown in her technical statement will be acid etched, sandblasted and stained to create gradients of colour and texture. The sheets and the button details will be bonded to either side of the toughened glass. The judges like the strong design concept, especially the depth of fluidity of the design. They raise concerns that the sample panel doesn't match the colours of the design and that the panel divisions which form a supple aspect of the artwork are not shown on the final design. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Helen, for giving us the context and those two clearly dynamic artists. So as I mentioned earlier, the clients have the ultimate choice of the commission. Now, unfortunately, we received a message to say that Simon Turner cannot be with us here this evening. Something has come up. So I will actually push back to you in a minute, Helen, to inform us of who the winner might be. And obviously the master can come along with his congratulations. So in fact, I'll put you both on the screen. But as you can see here, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, so the clients here, Rose Hardy, headmaster, head teacher at Haberdashers School of Girls, Simon Turner, director of co-curricular Haberdashers Schools for Girls. So it's these people who decide if there's going to be one, and should there be one, who it's going to be. But now, Helen, yes, please.
David, I'm sorry to interject. We've just had a message from Simon to say he is so sorry as the representative of Habs Girls. He cannot manage to join us. However, could I just say that we have a large number in the audience of Habs Girls alumni, and I'm sure they will all be really eager to know the decision, who has won the commission, and really just thank them for tuning in tonight. Simon is really very, very sorry. He was here earlier today in the seminar when Helen did a great job with the other judges giving feedback to all of the students and entrants. So Simon's done his bit today. I hope everyone will appreciate that. If that's okay, David, back to you and Helen.
Absolutely, thank you very much indeed. And I think that just adds to the tension even further when we find out who the winner might actually be. And you're quite right, we do welcome very much all the alumni of Haberdashers School. Thank you very much for joining us, and of course thank you for Simon and Rose for all their participation in the build-up to this evening. Enough, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. Helen, I'm going to hand over to you to put us out of our misery. Who is the potential winner, or who is the winner of the commission? Helen.
Thank you very much, David. I will again try and pronounce this correctly, but may we actually go on to the next slide? Because I'm very pleased to announce that Guarda Kinvienskinkata nearly has actually won the commission. So huge congratulations to Guarda. As I said, not everybody wins a prize, and it has been known that non-prize winners have actually won the commission, and it is the client's choice, but I think that this will be a great journey for you, and I wish you every success. Congratulations.
And can I add my congratulations here to Guarda? Really delighted to see the commission being awarded to an extremely worthy entrant to this competition. And I think we all look forward to the day when the new window is installed and everybody can come and view it and see it in all its glory. I'm sure it will be an absolute delight for the school and for everybody who visits the school, and it will serve its purpose absolutely wonderfully. So many congratulations, Gowda, and we wish you well in the next stage, which will be to work with the school to actually create the window and make it and install it. Well done, congratulations.
Thank you very much indeed, Master. Thank you very much, Helen, and of course, congratulations to you as well, Gowda, a terrific achievement. And of course, thank you very much to Haberdashers Schools for Girls for being involved with this. May I have the next slide, please? You'll be very pleased to know that the Stevens exhibition, the panels for this year's Stevens competition will go and display at the world famous Stained Glass Museum in Ely. So do take the time to go there and have a look at all this terrific artwork that's been assembled. And of course, great friends of the Stained Glass Museum are we. I would now like to invite Brian Green to talk to us about the near future, which is Stevens 2022. Over to you, please, Brian.
Master Wardens, honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's not only the future, it's here today. But before we leave 2021 competition, I'd like to thank Haberdashers. No, I'm not there. I'd like to thank Haberdashers Girls' School for their support in mounting the competition. I would particularly like to thank Tim Scott, an assistant head, for his work in defining the brief and preparing for the commission. And of course, to Simon Turner for acting as the school's representative on the judging panel and his work earlier today. The client organisation is critical to the success of the competition. The brief for the 2022 competition is now live on the Glaziers website. The client this year will be the Dunstan Owen Association, who will fund a replacement window in All Saints Parish Church in Dunstan, South Oxfordshire. They're seeking a striking contemporary artwork which will leave a lasting impression on all who visit the church. The window will commemorate the life of Wilfred Owen, the wartime poet, while in Dunstan, and is the impact his time had on his subsequent work as a poet. Much has been written about Wilfred Owen and his poetry. The challenge for the artist entering will be to create a fitting tribute to Wilfred Owen within the historic setting of the village. 2022 is the 50th anniversary of the Stevens competition. I hope this challenge will attract a range of artists to present their ideas. David, back to you.
Excellent. Thank you very much indeed, Brian. I'm looking forward to that. And thank you personally for all your work and the team puts into putting this enormous task into hand and getting us over the line every year. So thank you. It's now my great pleasure to welcome our honorary liveryman, Dr. Loyd Grossman, CBE, to deliver a vote of thanks. Loyd, over to you, sir.
All right.
Thank you very much, David. Firstly, I do have to apologize to the master for not wearing my glazier's tie. But whilst I'm awaiting planning permission to redo my new house, almost all my ties have gone into cold storage. So many apologies, master. I'm particularly fond of the glazier's tie. Once again, the Stevens competition has showed us that the craft is in robust health, and that's marvelous. And what we've seen tonight is work of extraordinary beauty and great innovation, which should serve to remind everyone, I mean, wider members of the public, one hopes, that stained glass as an art, as a craft, is about the present and the future. It's something that we hope will be around for hundreds and hundreds of years. And it's very important that the glaziers continue to encourage this wonderful craft. There are a lot of thanks because so many people are involved in a ceremony like this. So many thanks to all the competition and awards entrants. Many congratulations to the winners. Thanks to Dr. Marie Grohl for her work on the Ashton Hill Awards. Thanks to the judges. I mean, Helen Whitaker, not only a brilliant head judge, but as they say in the Eurovision Song Contest, a fantastic presenter. So thank you, Helen. And also to John Wrenchins, to Kathy Jordan, to Vanessa Cutler, to Kate Maestri, and to Sophie Hacker. And thanks to all of those at the site for the Stevens Commission, the Haberdasher School for Girls, and especially to Simon Turner and to head teacher Rose Hardy. So thank you both. Many thanks as well to our hosts, to the master, Michael Dalton, the foundation chairman, Steve Graham, renter warden, David Stringer-Lamar, senior assistant, Clive Osborne, to Brian Green, and deputy master, the ever effervescent Suzanne Galloway. Thank you all indeed. And special thanks really to Alison, Gowman, Alderman, and Sheriff, not only for joining us, but also for joining us in making this a very special City of London civic occasion. Happy anniversary to the Glaziers Foundation, 10th anniversary. Happy anniversary, keep going. And I am immensely looking forward to May the 23rd, 2022, when we have the 50th year celebration for the Stevens competition. And I very much hope that we will all actually be physically together to celebrate the continued excellence of all those who practice our craft. So thank you all very much indeed.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your articulate comments as ever, Loyd. Always a pleasure to have you here. While you're mentioning ties, some people have asked me, why am I not wearing a stripy tie? Now, this actually is the new Glaziers rowing tie. So another one to add to the collection. One's available near you, no doubt. Now, thank you everybody, for myself or the backroom team here, for what's been occurring. It's been a terrific evening, really fantastic. See all those winners. I mean, it's so great to be part of a livery that's so alive, and the fact now we are virtual, it means we can engage with people from other countries. As we've seen, you kindly told me there, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, North France. We had somebody calling in from somewhere called the People's Republic of South Yorkshire. We had people from Chingford, Cambridge, St Albans, lots and lots of different places. So thank you for that. And also thank you for those excellent remarks. So the congratulations that you put throughout this event this evening. And of course, I concur with Loyd, really looking forward to the next ones where we're all physically together. But of course, this does have advantages because it does allow us to reach across the geographical boundaries that exist, obviously, when it's a physical event. So thank you very much for being here. I just quickly want to say a big thank you to Deputy Master Susan Galloway, who's been helping me here press the buttons and keep the show on the road, and of course the clerk and the assistant clerk as well. You'll see in front of you here the next online event, 15th of February 2022, Sophie Hacker, the calling window. All of you are welcome. Details will be going out about that one. Should you not be a member of the Glaziers and wish to have more information, there's a whole website there. Just stick in the Worshipful Company of Glaziers, Panes of Glass or whatever. Facebook there, LinkedIn's there, Twitter's there. It's actually quite hard to avoid us. All you people, thank you, because you make it special. You carry the message all together, and this has been a fantastic evening. So it's good night from me, and it's good night from the Glaziers. Take care now. Bye-bye.